How's it going, guys? I just want to go through while I'm on the fly, nothing's rehearsed, and talk about the things I like about this bike. And there's a couple of little niggly things that I think they're fine. They're just a couple of little niggly things that sort of don't get to me, but I don't know if you could even design it any better, because the way this bike performs and handles, and the power delivery, the suspension, the seating position, the on-the-fly modes that you can just change. This bike, you know, it does have a tall seat height of 910 millimeters. So for the shorter riders, it's probably, you know, a bit tall, but I'm sure there would be a lower seat that you can get. Handling-wise, this bike, for a 900 twin, an L twin, 937cc Ducati L twin, shaped like an L. This bike is just next level. The electronics are just so programmable and adjustable to suit your riding style. So you're not just putting up with huge amounts of power. Like if I've been riding this a lot, and especially with these tyres that come with it, the standard tyres, I would probably go for more aggressive tyres if this was my bike. On the back, I would put a Motos Traxinator Rally Z or Rals, or whatever they call it. And on the front, I would put the Pirelli Scorpion Rally Race. I'll put those on all my big bikes. I just find they're the best tyres that have suited me well. And I have been holding back a little bit on this bike in the bush when I was hitting rocky sections, because I'm not sure if it's got ultra heavy duty tubes in it or not. And it's just got these standard Pirelli Scorpion Rally STRs, Pirelli Scorpion Rally STRs. I believe that's what comes with them as standard, and I don't know what tubes is running in there. And I didn't really want to get a flat tyre, so I was just going around a lot of things. But when I was on the rocky hills that weren't sharp, without sharp rocks, I was into it, and this thing just gave it back to me. I was giving this bike everything that I could throw at it, literally everything, and it did not let me down at all. What I also love, and I might have already said this, but I'm on the fly, is the on-the-fly movement between the modes. You can be coming along a road section, or if you're in enduro mode and you want to ramp it up a bit and go into rally mode, you just literally, you'll see in my demonstrations later through on this video, you'll see how I've been changing it on the fly. The stand seems to be in a bit of a funny position. You get used to it, and you just got to move your leg around and flick it down a bit. So it's spring loaded, so you sort of bring it to a point and then you flick it, and you can stop hitting the back of your pants on the foot peg. The air filter access, it's under the tank. Now, I've heard mixed I'd posted up some stuff on ADV Ride Events Facebook page, and some guys are saying, oh, it's a nightmare, it's up under there. But I've spoken to a rider who rode it mid-dust, mid-pack for 6 days straight, and because the snorkel of it faces backwards, he told me he got home and it was still pretty clean. Well, it wasn't that dirty because it's so far back up here in the tank. Now, I haven't taken the tank off myself because it's not my bike. I don't want to tamper with it too much. But if that's a con to it and the stand, and that's going to help you make a decision on one of these, I wouldn't let that stop me. Every bike has its quirks, and this bike just does not cease to amaze me. I absolutely love it, and Ducati are going to have to arm wrestle me to get it back because it's so nimble, it's so light when you're riding it, and it's still light when you're pushing it. we're not buying, you know, a single cylinder bike here. We're buying a twin cylinder bike. There's no way you can get rid of the weight. But I would 100%, if I had 36,800, I think they are at the moment, right away, or maybe with on roads. Don't quote me on that. That's in Australia. No problem. No problem. If I was in the big bike market for now, yeah, this thing it's amazing. It makes you a better rider. The electronics makes you a better rider because it almost does a bit of work for you, but so long as you still ride within your limits with it. But I'm speechless, like, honestly. Anyway, I'm going to keep moving. The Ducati DesertX Rally has a 280mm ground clearance, a seat height of 910mm, and a dry weight of 203 kilos, and a wet weight of 225 kilos. It has a 937cc L-twin engine, 110 horsepower at 9,250 RPMs, 92 newton meters of torque at 6,500 RPM. It's got a very smooth power delivery. It is adjustable to riders, to however the rider wants to set it up. For me personally, I was in enduro mode, just the standard settings, and that was more than enough power for me. I flicked it into rally mode a few times, and that back wheel just wouldn't stop spinning. So, and you can really feel the notice in the power delivery once you start getting into that rally mode territory. The rear shock with a remote reservoir, larger 46mm diameter piston, that's 6mm up on the standard, and longer travel at 240mm, and that's 20mm over the standard. The remote bladder is a pressurized system, and the shock is fully adjustable with high and low speed compression, dampening, rebound, and preload all adjustable. High mount front guard for better mud clearing. Billet aluminium machined triple clamps, a stiffer. Öhlins adjustable steering dampener, 20 position adjustment. Utility bar above the dashboard for mounting navigation devices. A forged carbon fibre sump guard is stronger than aluminium. Billet aluminium gear and brake levers are stronger with folding tips and height adjustable at the tip. The front brakes, dual 320mm discs, Brembo M50 radial monobolic calipers 4-piston. High performance brakes provide excellent stopping power and control, even under heavy braking. The rear brake is a 265mm disc, twin piston caliper, providing solid rear braking performance for balance and control. Bosch cornering ABS comes standard, which helps maintain stability when braking while leaning into corners. There's customisable ABS settings for different ride modes. Ride modes, full ABS intervention, off-road modes like rally or enduro, reduced ABS intervention, especially on the rear wheel to allow for sliding and more control on loose surfaces. I'll put my own personal opinion in here. The brakes on this bike is absolutely amazing. They do the job so well. I've pulled into slippery corners, and it manages it for you with all the electronic aids and everything. It manages everything, and and it's just absolutely amazing. Rally seat is 20mm taller and one piece, which is better for manoeuvrability. If we're going to highlight the key updates from the standard DesertX to the DesertX Rally, the rim sizes are now 21 inch by 2.15 inches on the front, and on the rear 18x4. They have carbon steel spokes. Tyres are fitted as standard with the Pirelli STRs, same as the current standard DesertX. But with the narrower rims, the rear tyre is now 140, 80, 18 versus 150, 70, 18. The tyres are fitted with, the tyres fitted are tubeless, but with tubes installed due to the rims. The complete wheel set, including tyres, is now 5 kilos lighter. These will be much more robust for off-road riding. With the narrow rims, there's greater range of more aggressive off-road knobby tyres available in 140, 80, 18 size. The KYB closed cartridge forks with Kashima coating on the outer tubes, DLC coating on the inner tubes, 250mm of travel is up from 230mm, adjustable preload, compression and rebound. There are 6 ride modes. You engage it on the side button over here. I'll go through in the specs with you. You've got urban, you've got sport, you've got touring, you have enduro, you have rally. So we'll go through what everything means on the dash. So we've got ABS, you've got DTC, Ducati traction control, DWC, Ducati wheelie control, EBC, engine brake control, DQS, Ducati quick shift. You can turn that off also, but it's so good to have it on, I would leave it on. And then you have your power, and that's just known as power. So there you go. So for each one of these settings, you can go in and you can change the settings. You can see there, you can go how much you want it to interfere. And that will come down to personal preference, and I would say the more time you spend on this bike, the more you'll adjust it to your riding abilities. I just went on the complete standard on this ride. I found that was, I've had it for nearly 2 weeks. I've been out riding every day and I'm still on the standard settings. What really got me was the wheelie control, because I'm not great at doing wheelies, but to know that I've got the, you know, Ducati's got my back if I want to start doing wheelies. You can turn it off, you can adjust it how far you want it to go. I love that feature. This is just what it's like when you take off on this beast using the quick shifter. So you just let it go, let go. Look at that, oh, insane. That's a highway bike, brilliant. I've just jumped on the highway, making my way down to my start point for the day. Had to give it a run on the highway. I'm just in cruise control, GPS speed a little over 110. I'm very comfortable. I'm getting no buffering from the wind. Tiny bit on the top of my helmet if I have my visor out. But then you just tuck your head a tiny bit and or push my tall visor in and there's nothing. Even my legs are protected. This is, oh, I love it. Absolutely love it on the highway. We're just going into Abercrombie River National Park. There's some really good riding up through here. Few washouts since I was here last time. You can probably see how steep this is. I'm hoping you can on the GoPro. I don't think the GoPro probably does it no justice. Yeah, so normally I would go through this no problem, but because I'm on a test bike, I'm on my own, we'll go out and have a look, but it gets pretty deep, like it's above my knee. There's some big boulders under here. Oh, there's a massive trench there that I've never seen before. No, it's just too deep. I've got waterproof boots on, some water's just come over the top. That gets really deep up there. I'm not going to do it on this bike, unfortunately, guys. It's not mine. That's alright, we've come into the national park. It's pretty much similar on the other side. We'll get back up there and we'll start to make our way back for the day. We've got to pull up and have some lunch yet too. It's taking everything. Well, everything I can throw at it anyway. You guys know I like to do my sound tests, so here's my sound test on the Ducati DesertX Rally with the standard exhaust. That sounds really nice, and when you're riding it, it sounds even better. This bike here gets the thumbs up from me 100%.